Greetings, everybody. Make sure you smash that like button. Soon as you come in the building, smash that like button. And I want to give a huge shout out. I want to give a huge shout out to Katt Williams. Because if it wasn't for Katt Williams, all of these victims would not be speaking out. First, it was Cassie. First, Cassie came out and exposed the horror, the disgusting and disturbing things that she went through as she was surviving P. Diddy. Now we got comedian Gary Owens. Comedian Gary Owens. If you don't know Gary, you better look up Gary. We are surviving P. Diddy once again. Salute to Blessed to Be Stressed, D. Dot, all the entertainers. Everybody's coming out now. You know what I mean? You got some people that's coming out trying to strike back at Katt, mad at him. You know what I mean? Everybody who's coming back at Katt Williams, I'm going to tell y'all right now, I like them all. You know what I mean? Ludacris, I love the verse. Dude, you know how long it took me to hear a Ludacris verse? So all it did was take for Katt Williams to say something about Fast and the Furious, and you hurry up fast as hell and finally put out a rap like a rap song. You know what I'm saying? So Katt Williams changed everything, guys. Katt Williams got Ludacris back in the goddamn studio. Surviving Ludacris being back in the studio. You know what I mean? We got to thank Katt Williams. People want to sit there and be mad and say, oh, what he said about Kevin, what he said about Steven, and what he said about Cedric. But Katt Williams coming out, now it has everyone. All the alleged victims are coming out because of Katt Williams. Okay? And like I told y'all, I like all the comedians. Ricky Smiley, all of them. I like them. So it's not like I got nothing against them. You know what I'm saying? But Katt Williams had to say that. We would not know what was going on in the industry, guys. Like, we've been hearing stories, but Katt Williams confirmed it. That for you to get far in Hollywood, you got to give up your butt cheeks. You got to give up the tasty cakes. Surviving giving up the tasty cakes. Now, Gary Owens, just like how he kept, when Katt Williams was talking about Diddy and trying to get him to come to the party, Gary Owens came out. And the man that he's talking about, I've been getting DMs all day long. You will not believe the man that tried to suck on Gary Owens' little pink pecker. His little pink pecker. A man tried to take advantage of Gary. You know what I'm saying? And Gary, dude, if you're watching this, I enjoyed you as a comedian since the 90s. You know what I mean? I always liked the Gary Owens. You know what I'm saying? Like, I always liked his style and comedy. You know, even though, like, he was more of, you know, Gary Owens, his crowd is black. You know, 90% of his crowd is black people. You know what I mean? And I've always liked Gary Owens as a comedian. You know what I mean? I definitely did. So shout out to you, Gary. But I'm glad, Gary, that you had the courage to let the world know that you was at P. Diddy's party. You know what I mean? And a man tried to offer to suck on your pink pecker. Your little pink pecker. Surviving P. Diddy's parties. You know what I'm saying? And if it wasn't for Katt Williams, nobody would be saying nothing. You got to understand how much trauma that Gary Owens had to been feeling in his blue eyes. Gary Owens got eyes like a Chucky doll. You know how Chucky got the blue eyes? Gary Owens got Chucky doll eyes. You know what I'm saying? So imagine when his eyes got all big like that, and the pupils all blue and shit. When the person tried to tell him, he called it a casting couch. He called it a casting couch because that's what everybody say. P. Diddy's house is pretty much like a casting goddamn couch. You go to the party, and you got to give up your milkshake. I'm talking about my milkshake brings all the guys to the yard, and they're like, it's better than yours, damn right. They tried to get his milkshake. And Gary, like I said, dude, I just started watching your podcast. You know what I mean? And it was so heartfelt. It was heartfelt, man. Like listening to Gary Owens, and I know he went through the divorce with his wife, and everybody tried to persecute him. You know what I mean? When relationships don't always work out, you can't always look at the guy and say, "Oh, he's a terrible motherfucker. He the cheater. He the," when you don't know the inside. And that's nothing against her. You know what I'm saying? But what Gary Owens went through is just a shame. You know what I mean? And the man that he's talking about is crazy. Because that's a big motherfucker. That's a big dude that pushed up on Gary. You know what I mean? And I could just tell Gary Owens was probably scared half to death. You know what I mean? He probably scared the mulatto out that motherfucker. He scared the wiggerness out of Gary. You know what I'm saying? But Gary, like I said, for you to stand up and speak, man, it's a blessing. That's why people should be thanking Katt Williams. And Katt, don't worry about it, because you got motherfuckers that's speaking on you that don't nobody even watch these motherfuckers. You know what I mean? So don't worry. They don't even get views. So nobody's hearing them. You know? And what you said, it's like you just speaking and giving your truth on how you feel. That doesn't make Kevin Hart not great. It doesn't make Cedric the Entertainer not great, and none of these people. And I listened to the joke. And those two jokes that you said that Cedric stole from you, they sound similar like a motherfucker. They do sound very similar. From the car to the spaceship. I'm not saying that Cedric stole it. I'm just saying those jokes sound very similar. You know what I'm saying? But I'm going to let Gary talk, guys. And y'all know we got to get them likes up. It's too many people in the building. Y'all guys got to smash that like button. This is very heartfelt. Y'all got to understand, like, when a man, it's not just women that's being taken advantage of. It's not just women. Y'all got to give the same energy to when a guy is being taken advantage of. Gary Owens, listen, Diddy said, look, I just want to party with you. It's just my first time I want to party with a white guy. I want to party with you. So Gary's thinking like, okay, you know what I mean, I'm going to go party with Diddy. And then a man offered to try to, you know, give him the Bible head. Give him the Bible head. Told Gary, look, you want to get far in your career, you got to sleep with a man over here at this party. We have not been hearing this for no reason. You know what I'm saying? And this is what I don't like. And I know, shout out to the LBG community, but I know y'all don't like the fact of people taking advantage of people. You know how confident, like, the gay dudes I know from my neighborhood, they confident. Like, if somebody, they know that they can get who they want. They don't feel like, oh, I got to take it. I don't have to take Dwayne because Dwayne wants me. I am beautiful. Most gay people I know are real confident to where they don't got to take no motherfucking shit. They know what they doing, what they do. They are more confident than that. So I know that they're not happy to be hearing what be going on at Diddy's parties, where it's like people are being allegedly taken advantage of. You're going to a party or you're going to a casting couch not knowing that, damn, I got to get hit in the tasty cakes. I got to bend over and let somebody stick their hammer time in my tasty cakes. It's hurtful, man. And I saw the pain in Gary Owens' eyes. In his blue Chucky doll eyes, I saw the pain. You know what I mean? And literally, like I said, I almost cried for Gary. I literally almost cried. But y'all got to get the likes up. Before I let y'all hear what Gary Owens got to say, y'all got to get the likes up. You know what I mean? So YouTube can push this video out. And we got to meditate. Every time that we are surviving P. Diddy, it's very important to meditate. Y'all don't understand how stressful this shit is to me. We must meditate. You know what I mean? We got to keep the nasty, sick demons out. We got to meditate and keep them out of our lives. So we must meditate. Hand on my feet, walk aboard. Hand on my feet, walk aboard. Hand on my feet, hand my feet, walk aboard. Hand on my feet, walk aboard. Walk aboard. Hand on my feet, walk aboard. Yes, we must meditate. We must meditate. You know what I mean? It's very important to meditate when we are surviving P. Diddy. You know what I'm saying? It's very important. You know what I mean? See. See, the moon is dancing. Come and see, the moon is dancing. Come and see, this is America. Come and see, see, the moon is dancing. Come and see, the moon is dancing. See. Yes, we gotta always meditate. That's very important. Y'all don't understand how heartfelt that meditation is for me. It keeps me stress free and it keep my diabetes, it keep my sugar from going up. But I gotta let y'all hear what Gary said, man. We are surviving P. Diddy. Continue to smash that like button, guys.
And we always say, like, just be honest. Don't say something behind my back. Whether you like Katt or not, he's not going to talk behind your back. However he feels about you, that's how he feels about you. Now, he did say one thing. He talked about Ricky Smiley, and he talked about when Ricky Smiley went on Club Shay Shay, Shannon Sharp's podcast, which is a great podcast, especially for, I know I'm a white guy, but for my demographics, and I'll get into that in a minute, what Katt said about me, but for my demographics, you know, Club Shay Shay, I've really gone.
And now, if y'all didn't pay attention, when Katt Williams was sitting on that couch, he mentioned comedian Gary Owens. Salute to Danielle, just hit that super chat. Danielle said, thanks for making me laugh. Thank you, Danielle. Miss Danielle said, thanks for making me laugh. And I hope, Miss Danielle, that you was meditating. You got to, when I'm meditating, Miss Danielle, y'all got to close your eyes so you can feel it spiritually. So you can feel the meditation spiritually. Because the moon is dancing. Come and see. Yes, but Katt Williams mentioned comedian Gary Owens, guys. This man is a victim. You know what I'm saying? How is everybody saying when they went to the parties, they had to deal with this kind of stuff? Everybody not going to say this shit for no reason. I don't even want to be in Hollywood no more. I really don't. When I was young, I wanted to go. I'm cool with just making a nice amount of money to live it comfortably. I don't want to be a billionaire. I don't want to be none of that. I'm cool with being a dollionaire. Fuck all of that.
That in a minute, what Katt said about me, but for my demographics, you know, Club Shay Shay, I'd rather go on Club Shay Shay than Joe Rogan. Even though, okay, I got to get into I got to unpack this podcast because Katt made a comment where he said, why you think Gary Owen, who's a white guy, has been doing stand-up for 25 years, hasn't crossed over? And when he said it, I was like, wait a minute, was that a good thing or bad thing? And I literally had to go to Twitter and start asking people, was I catching strays or what was that? And they was like, no, they were saying you haven't sold your soul. That's why you haven't crossed over. You've been consistently you, and that's why you haven't, quote unquote, crossed over. So I was like, oh, okay, that made sense. Now,
yes, and Gary Owens have not sold his soul. He not sold his tasty cakes. He did not let them suck on his little pink pecker. His little pink pit bull pecker. Y'all know the pit bulls got the little pink thing. He never let them suck on his thing over there at Diddy's party. You know what I mean? He didn't sell his soul. Gary Owens he acted the same way that motherfucker act back in the 90s. And Katt Williams mentioned that on the couch. And then Gary Owens come with this heartfelt confession. This heartfelt confession of what he had to go through surviving P. Diddy's parties. The man Gary, listen, I'm going to let y'all hear what he say. It's 300 people in the building, guys. Y'all got to smash that like button. This is heartfelt. Women are not the only ones that are being sexually harassed. So we got to give it up for the men who fought and survived P. Diddy. Gary Owens survived P. Diddy. He got his hat to the back. One that says, Phenom, that's what I'm hunting for. Hat to the back. I don't even know where that came from, but I thought about TLC when I saw Gary with his hat to the back. But Gary is about to tell y'all, man, with somebody that, like I said, I found out who he talking about. Who he said that tried to suck his pecker. Oh, man, y'all, it's explosive. But y'all got to hit that like button before I let y'all know who he's talking about. And somebody recently came out talking about this same person. I'm gonna just give y'all a hint. Matter of fact, I ain't gonna say nothing yet. But it's crazy. It's mind blowing. It'll fuck your head up.
Oh, I'm not gonna get into it, but I've been I was in an awkward situation one time where
Oh, y'all hear it? He's about to tell y'all. And then I know y'all be like, stop fucking cutting it off. All right, he's telling y'all about the awkward situation when somebody tried to suck his little pink pecker. Watch this.
made sense. Now, I'm not gonna get into it, but I've been I was in an awkward situation one time where I can't say for 100% this person was trying to make me do something, casting couch type deal, but it felt like it. And I was like, is this that point where I've always heard, would you suck a dick for $1 million?
Wow, I forgot they was trying to make Gary make it disappear. My bad. They was trying to make Gary Owens go down and give up the bobblehead, surviving P. Diddy's parties. I thought that they was trying to suck his little pink pecker. But no, they was trying to get Gary Owens to give some head up over there at that party. That's crazy. Salute to Brenda Johnson. Brenda Johnson just hit that super chat. Brenda Johnson coming here, dropping money, making it rain, guys. Y'all got to smash that like button. It's too many people in the building, guys. Gary Owens, they tried to make Gary Owens put a mouth full of peckers, have a throat full of peckers. The man can't even go party with Diddy without having to open his mouth and make all these total strangers disappear. That's just crazy, guys.
Is this that point where I've always heard, would you suck a dick for $1 million? And I was thinking to myself, and I was in this office in this room going, well, I'm about to answer this question. And the answer was no, I wouldn't. So
wow, so Gary had to tell them no. At the party, y'all know Diddy got an office inside of his house. He has an office inside of his house. The man can't even come over and party, you know what I'm saying, and dance and mind his own business. Mind his own business, but you take Gary Owens in the back of the office and tell Gary that open your mouth. It's a stick up. Open your mouth. Put the gat inside. And I wanted to disappear. Don't just lick on the tip of it. Put it all the way down your throat. This is just crazy, man. Like, and it's heartfelt. Y'all got to smash that like button. We got over 400 people in the building. This is heartfelt, and I'm trying to keep my tears. I'm trying not to cry, because I was crying when I first heard this. Because you got to understand how hard this might be for this man to come out and break his silence. And if it wasn't for Katt Williams, a lot of people would be keeping their mouth shut. Katt done gave everybody the courage. Shout out to Katt Williams and shout out to Cassie. Because both of them are the reason why motherfuckers is coming out and the whole Hollywood is getting exposed.
Is this that point where I've always heard, would you suck a dick for $1 million? And I was thinking to myself, and I was in this office in this room going, well, I'm about to answer this question. And the answer was no, I wouldn't. So now I listen, I can't say 100% that's where it was going, but it felt like it. It felt like it. You got to be in the room to feel it. And I was like, oh, this dude is really coming on to me. Like, this is happening in real life. And the dude did it, and always remain nameless. I think he was feeling me out. Like, is this dude? And this was years ago. I was young in the game, but I was just like, wait a minute, is this happening right now? I was like,
wow, and that's crazy because y'all remember when they said Justin Bieber was groomed, but when Diddy groomed Justin Bieber, so Gary Owens was a young boy just coming in the game, and they trying to make him eat penises. This is crazy. This is sad. This is very, very sad. You know what I mean? But Gary, like I said, I'm praying with you, dude. I am praying with you. You know what I'm saying? So when you was young, and you was the Justin Bieber before the Justin Bieber. You was the comedic Justin Bieber. And I know that they was looking at your blue eyes, Gary. They said, bring them blue eyes over here. You look like a doll baby. Bring your little cute self over here, Gary. And you had no idea what they was trying to do to you, Gary. That they was trying to love on you. They was trying to spoon you, Gary. Surviving P. Diddy's parties. That is just crazy. They tried to take Gary Owens' virginity. And Katt Williams was talking about them trying to take his virginity. This is just crazy. And he don't want to say the name. I know the dude that he's talking about that was at P. Diddy's party. And I'm trying to debate if I'm going to tell y'all, because I got the receipts. Y'all know people be hitting me up, letting me know everything. Everything? What Katt Williams say? Everything. You know what I mean? Motherfuckers hit me up and sent me who he's talking about. But he has to keep quiet about it. But listen, it's not hard. The person that he's talking about, everybody's been talking about him recently. And salute to everybody that's in the building. The Plug Podcast by Cross Your Heart in the building, baby. You see what he said? Said smash that like button. You know what I mean? Gary Owens, I appreciate your courage to coming out. A lot of men don't want to let you know that somebody tried to do something like that to them. Imagine how traumatizing that is. You know what I'm saying? If a man asks me to put their pecker in my mouth, what? Somebody is going to die. You ask me some shit like that. You know what I mean? And Gary, it was like he almost didn't know. Like he was in disbelief. Like, is this man really trying to get me to, get down and give him 20? Like, this is crazy, guys. Pure survival.
Listen, I can't say 100%. That's where it was going. But
no, Gary, you can say 400%. It was. Don't deny it.
So I was like, oh, okay, that made sense. Now, I'm not going to get into it, but I've been, I was in an awkward situation one time where I can't say for 100% this person was trying to make me do something, casting couch type deal, but it felt like it. And I was like, is this that point where I've always heard, would you suck a dick for $1 million? Wow. And I was thinking to myself, and I was in this office in this room going, well, I'm about to answer this question. And the answer was no, I wouldn't. So now listen, I can't say 100%. That's where it was going, but it felt like it. It felt like it. You got to be in the room to feel it. And I was like, oh, this dude is really coming on to me.
And you know damn well when somebody's trying to come on to you. You know what I'm saying? Gary knew it. It's like he knew it. Like he said, you had to be in the room to feel it. If somebody hitting on me, I know when somebody's hitting on me. Just like women. Y'all be knowing motherfuckers making passes at y'all. You know what I'm saying? Like, especially I used to say that shit on Facebook. You know what I'm saying? And when dudes be trying to say wonderful shit to you and hearting your shit and all that, and you thinking, oh, he's just my friend. No, when a motherfucker put a heart on your shit, he's saying to you, look, I'm trying to fuck. I'm trying to fuck tonight. This is why he's hearting your stuff. He ain't hearting your stuff just to be a gentleman. Just to be a gentleman. Why you think he's sending you penis pics? You know what I'm saying? And you sitting there hiding and collecting all kinds of penis pics behind your man back. This is sad, man, that Gary Owens had to go through this. You know what I'm saying? Gary, like I said, dude, you're hilarious. You know, I've always enjoyed your comedy, but I'm so glad that you didn't sell your soul for a jelly roll. I'm glad you didn't eat that penis for $1 million, because the man offered Gary $1 million. How many of y'all on this motherfucking live right now? It's 500 people. Would have ate that penis up immediately. Soon as he said, look, pull your zipper down. You said $1 million, right? Motherfucker could have been walking out there, motherfucker wiping his mouth. God damn it. God damn it. Trying to cover that shit up. It was $1 million. How many of y'all, raise your hand, would have ate that penis up for $1 million? You know what I mean? And it just makes you think how many other famous motherfuckers done had to do this. This is not fake, man. Gary, I'm so glad you never sold out. No, and Gary didn't. That's why I mess with Gary. Gary definitely never sold out. That motherfucker still, you see, he never, like how Katt Williams said it. He said Gary Owens never crossed over. Do you wonder why? He never crossed over to go to white America when his audience is still predominantly black? Because he never went down and gave up the head that he was supposed to give up. Gary was supposed to give up the head. And he didn't want to. Look at Gary's face. Look at this. Gary, look at that. And this is what they wanted, Gary. When they were looking at you, Gary, and they saw the cheekbones going up, you know, and the man was like, oh my God, Diddy, get Gary Owens get him here. Look at the blue eyes on Gary. I want this motherfucker, what's that dude? I want this Malibu's Most Wanted Blue-eyed motherfucker, funny ass Gary Owens. I want him and I want him tonight. Tell him I offer $1 million if he put this penis right in his mouth. Look at that shit. Gary, look at this is how Gary was looking when the dude said, hey, listen, Gary, you want to be a millionaire? All right, well, I need you to put this pecker in your mouth, and I need it in there by the next 5 minutes. You got to put this penis in your mouth. And Gary said no. You know what I mean? So we gotta believe this shit. And Gary would have never came out and told us that he had to what he had to do for a Klondike bar. What they tried to get him to do for a Klondike bar, we would have never known if it wasn't for Katt Williams. Of what Gary Owens almost had to do for a Klondike bar. This is crazy. But shout out to Gary, man. Like, dude, like salute to everybody coming in the building, man. I love all of y'all too. I love all of y'all. Shout out to all the hearts and everything else. Continue to smash that like button though, guys. That's what I need y'all to do because I want this to go on over to Gary so he know that we support him. YouTube, when y'all every time y'all hit the like button, matter of fact, smash the like button if you think Gary Owens did the right thing. That he didn't eat the penis that he was supposed to eat for $1 million. Even if you know right now and you watching this show that you would have ate that motherfucker for $1 million, y'all want to know what I would have did. Do y'all want to know what I would have did? Y'all want to know what I would have did? I would have sued the bullshit out that motherfucker for sexual harassment. I'd have blew that shit all the way up. And I know who he's talking about though. And I'm gonna hit y'all with the bombshell as we keep going up to 1,000 people on who he was talking about. I'm gonna start giving y'all hints, and then I want y'all to tell me who y'all think that he was talking about. You know what I mean? Salute to 5-Star Sports Reaction. That's my boy right there. You know what I'm saying? That's my boy. You know you gonna always be my boy too, man. Straight up. Cause you the one told me this. You told me, you said, nigga, you keep at this thing here, you gonna hit 100K before no time. You definitely told me that. Shut Up and React TV. Shout out to my good brother, real good brother. Well, listen to Gary, man. This is just a crying shame. Gary, we are praying for you, dude. We are praying for you. You know what I mean? This was very heartfelt and heart-wrenching me to hear what you had to go through.
And I was thinking to myself when I was in this office in this room going, well, this is the
Yes, this is sad.
over. So I was like, oh, okay, that made sense. Now, I'm not going to get into it, but I've been, I was in an awkward situation one time where I can't say for 100% this person was trying to make me do something, casting couch type deal, but it felt like it. And I was like, is this that point where
I gotta hit the pause button because we got a super chat coming in there. Thomasina. Salute to Thomasina. I'm sorry if I'm messing up your name. But if you watch my show, you will hear me tell you my reading is terrible. But I know it's you, Thomasina. You know what I mean? And I appreciate you. All of them need to be exposed. I want Oprah to get hers too. She the devil. Shout out to Selena. You know what I mean? And you are right. I've been hearing a whole bunch of stuff about Oprah. All that money she got. You know what I mean? And all the movies where she really convinced me. Like, actually, I was just watching the Martin Luther King movie where she was in that movie where the guy played Martin Luther King. And Oprah, she's still, to me, like a really great actor. But, it's like, once she got all that money, she just, I don't know, she just kind of turned her back on, you know what I mean, on her people. This is just in my opinion. You know what I mean? Even from the Oprah show. You know what I mean? 100K by the 4th, man. I hope so, bro. You know what I mean? But yeah, Oprah definitely sold out, man. And Taraji was up there crying like that. That was crazy. Listening to Taraji P. Henson talk like that, and all that hard ass work you putting in, and then you just I think she said she only had enough money to pay for her son tuition or something like that. I'm like, regular motherfuckers got that kind of shit. So I'm like, how? Like, it's just crazy, man. And then nobody else want to help you when you speak out because they don't want to get their shit blackballed. Instead of standing up, everybody come together and stand up. And she been in all the movies where we fought for rights and all that kind of shit. Brewster Place and all that. Man, I don't even know, man. But shout out to Gary Owens. And salute to the 500 people in the building, guys. Smash that like button. We are surviving P. Diddy. And this man that Gary Owens is talking about, man, like, It's gonna blow y'all mind, but I don't think y'all gonna be surprised because we just recently heard another actor speaking out about this guy, and that's a hint that I'm giving y'all. Who tried to do this to him?
I was in an awkward situation one time where I can't say for 100% this person was trying to make me do something, casting couch type deal, but it felt like it. And I was like, is this that point where I've always heard, would you suck a dick for $1 million? And I was thinking to myself when I was in this office in this room going, well, I'm about to answer this question. And the answer was no, I wouldn't. So now I listen, I can't say 100% that's where it was going, but it felt like it. It felt like it. You got to be in the room to feel it. And I was like, oh, this dude is really coming on to me. Like, this is happening in real life. And the dude did it, and it always remain nameless. I think he was filling me out. Like, is this dude? And this is years ago. I was young in the game, but I was just like, wait a minute, is this happening right now?
Gary, Gary Owens, it's okay to speak out and just tell everybody who it was. You can't keep protecting him. I know mentally, he probably traumatized you. And this man trying to make you put his black penis in your mouth. And everybody keep thinking it's just women. But it's men that's going through this too. And Gary Owens didn't deserve it. He didn't deserve it. And then they try to make it so hard. They said, look, we'll give you $1 million if you suck everybody off in the room. You gotta go from that part of the room and go all the way around the room and make all of their penises disappear. Oh, Gary, we praying for you. Tanzalima just hit that super chat again. You're doing a great job. Wolf in sheep clothing. Thank you, Tanzalima, for supporting the channel. Gary, we are fighting with you, and we glad that you survived this horrific, horrible situation. You was the Justin Bieber before the Justin Bieber. And Diddy was able to get to Justin, but he never got to you. And Gary went through a horrible divorce. And everybody was persecuting Gary, calling him a cheater. And now he's coming out. But I thank Katt Williams, because if it wasn't for you, nobody would be speaking about that horrific and horrible trauma that they dealt with. And salute to Shay, just hit that super chat. Everybody is donating money to the channel. Surviving this shit here. Gary, I'm praying with you, Gary, and I'm rocking with you, man. I appreciate your courage, because you gotta let it be known that it's not just women that are going through this horrible, horrific stuff. It's men as well. You know what I mean? Like $1 million though. Why would they make it so hard? Why would they make it so hard for Gary? Y'all gotta think Gary had to be sitting there like, damn. $1 million. If I just eat this man's penis up, nobody is not gonna know. And I'm going to just have $1 million and nobody's going to know. You know how many people that would have done it just because they thinking like, damn, ain't nobody going to know? Just like think about all the celebrities who actually did it. You know what I mean? Motherfuckers that you was like, damn, he didn't seem like he had no money. But now I'm up all of a sudden. 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 Check. Like now a motherfucker's up all of a sudden. They go to Diddy's party and then you like, damn, he was fucked up, but now he's up all of a sudden. You know what I'm talking about? That's just some money bag yo shit, guys. You know what I'm talking about? I can't be toting no handguns. Oh my God, don't make me start, guys. Damn it, Gary. Damn, man. They was looking at Gary's blue eyes and said, Gary, listen, we're going to give you $1 million. Eat these penises. And Gary said, no, y'all got to give it to him. Gary said, no, I'm not selling my stove and I'm not letting y'all shoot kids down my throat. I'm not doing that. I'm not letting y'all do that. That's just crazy.
100% this person was trying to make me do something.
And you see how he keeps saying this person? I'm about to tell y'all right after he said it one more time who the person he talking about. Fuck it.
This podcast, because Katt made a comment where he said, why you think Gary Owen, who's a white guy, has been doing stand-up for 25 years, hasn't crossed over? And when he said it, I was like, wait a minute, was that a good thing or bad thing? And I literally had to go to Twitter and start asking people, was I catching strays or what was that? And they was like, no, they were saying you haven't sold your soul. That's why you haven't crossed over. You've been consistently you, and that's why you haven't, quote unquote, crossed over. So I was like, oh, okay, that made sense. Now, I'm not going to get into it, but I've been, I was in an awkward situation one time where I can't say for 100% this person was trying to make me do something, casting couch type deal, but it felt like it. And I was like, is this that point where I've always heard, would you suck a dick for $1 million? And I was thinking to myself, and I was in this office in this room going, well, I'm about to answer this question. And the answer was no, I wouldn't. So now I listen, I can't say for 100% that's where it was going, but it felt like it. It felt like it. You got to be in the room to feel it. And I was like, oh, this dude is really coming on to me. Like, this is happening in real life. And the dude did it, and it always remained nameless. I think he was feeling me out. Like, is this dude? And this was years ago. I was young in the game, but I was just like, wait a minute, is this happening right now? I was like, oh my god. And then I was like, I made it very clear I like women. I'm not going that route. Blah, blah, blah. So I'm not gonna get into it, but I was wondering. I was like, ooh, is this happening to me right now in real life?
And he had to literally say, I like women. Like, that's crazy. So if I got talent and I want to be in the industry, I got to fight to get you to understand that I like Regina sandwiches. Surviving P. Diddy. I got to make you understand that I like Regina sandwiches. I don't like pecker salad sandwich. And you're forcing yourself on me. I done came here with my woman. And you're going to tell my woman to sit in the damn lobby. Sit in the lobby. I want to talk to your husband. I want to talk to your husband. And then you pull me in the back, not even caring that she's sitting out there, and say, listen here, do you want to take your woman somewhere nice? Okay, well then open your mouth and put this pecker in your mouth. I'm going to give you $1 million. Just don't say nothing to her. You know what I mean? Wipe your mouth off and go out there and tell her you love her. You about to take on. That is, oh my God. You got to just think of how he probably felt. And I'm just going to tell y'all this, right? I'm going to give y'all a hint. The person that he's talking about, that I heard officially that he's talking about, plays a woman a lot. Just put it like that. I'm not saying no names. Y'all put that shit together. Woo! Y'all put it together, and I'm just gonna leave it like that. You know, somebody that's on his team hit me up and said who he was talking about, but I understand why he can't say. Ooh, I'm seeing the letters. I'm not gonna say nothing, but I'm seeing the letters of who he was talking about for sure. Yeah, put it like that. Yes, man. Like, and that's just crazy though, that he had to do that. Now I thought that they was trying to suck on his little pink pecker, but no, they was trying to get Gary Owens to open his mouth and take care of a couple people, man, to get in the business. And Gary, y'all got to give it to him. Gary never opened up. He never opened up, never swallowed, never did none of that. So I salute you, Gary. You know what I mean, for standing on principle, because you shouldn't have to do something like that. Some type of ritual like that, some humiliating ritual to get down. Like, if my talent can't get me to fuck there, then fuck it. I don't belong here. Surviving the industry. We are surviving the industry, goddammit. Because now we know, if Katt Williams did not go up there and do what he did, we wouldn't have all these victims that are coming out. If Cassie didn't go do what she did, Cassie stood on principles. Surviving Cassie standing on principle. Because she did. And she gave everybody the courage to come out and survive and speak their truth. You know what I mean? And people talking about Katt Williams is doing this to try to get relevancy. Katt Williams is already relevant, dude. He don't have to do that. The stage is a whole different battlefield. That's a whole different battlefield. That's why I love the fact that I came from there. And motherfuckers will see in the future, I promise y'all, when you see me live, you're going to be like, God damn, Jamil really, no, this is what he really do. Stand up. No, but I know that in the industry today, to break through, you got to break through the internet. If you've been doing comedy and you were really born with it, I know. You're a machine. We're like the Avengers. You know if a person is born with it. You know what I mean? Like it's a gift. We're like Avengers. We're action fucking heroes, dude. And our fucking job is to make people happy and make them laugh. That's what God put me in this motherfucker to do. You know, and I found out at a young age, like, damn, this is what God made me do. I thought I was just a retard. That's what I thought. But everybody gravitated to me because I was a crazy, funny, wild motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Just because of that. I ain't had to have no money or nothing. You know what I'm talking about? Motherfucker, know you the funny motherfucker? Everybody want to fuck with you. Just because you're funny. You ain't had to have no money or nothing. A book of stamps. Look, I got some food stamps. We can get some hoagies. You know, we can't get nothing hot, but we can get some cold subs and some Lay's potato chips. You know what I'm talking about? I took my lady out for our first date. I took her on a food stamp date. Swear to God, I took her on a food stamp date and everything. I promised her a date. All I had was food stamps, and she accepted me for my stamps. I said, look, I can't take you nowhere wonderful, but I can go get you a damn hoagie. And look, I'm going to go upstairs and ask her if I'm lying or not, guys. We're going to ask her. Sweetheart. Sweetheart. Oh, see, now you're going to hide from me and shit. Sweetheart. Baby. Sweetheart. Oh, she's flat out ignorant. Okay. Okay. Don't worry about it. You see? Purity, you know. Anyway, I took her out on a food stamp date, and she loved it. And we are surviving P. Diddy right now. You gotta say this nigga silly as a motherfucker. No, I'm joking, goddammit. But I've went on food stamp dates before. Because my whole thing is, if you going out with somebody, don't just go out with me when I got money. This is how you know if a motherfucker like you for you. You know what I mean? Like if we can't go walk the park and have a poetic justice picnic, we get the motherfucking blanket, the poetic justice picnic, and make some fucking sandwiches and some Lunchables that don't cost nothing. That's when you know you got a good one. We in that motherfucker like poetic justice. I heard from a friend today, and she said you were in town. Suddenly the memories to begin in my mind. How can I be strong? I've asked myself time and time again. Said I'll never fall in love with you again. Y'all can't tell me that wasn't the shit back then. Hold me, don't ever let me go. Say it just one time. Say you love me. I'm talking about that was the shit. Like when Tupac went up behind her and put the blanket over her, that shit was romantic. When I was young, that was romantic. That was what I wanted to do. I'm like, we're going to have a poetic justice date. Fuck all of that. We're going to get a blanket. We're going to get some damn lunch meat and cheese. And we're going to go out to the park. You know what I'm saying? If you can go out with me for free, then I know that you're a keeper. But if you only want to go out with a motherfucker to spend up their money, you ain't the one. God damn it! Surviving the picnics. But yes, Gary Owens, man, I appreciate your courage. Look, everybody in the building. Stacy, salute to Stacy. Just hit that super chat. You mean to tell me, in order to get a movie role or a record deal, there has to be some Skittles glossing. Yes, Stacy, unfortunately, that's what it sounds like. Like, all jokes aside, unfortunately, that's what it sounds like. And there's a lot of people, man, that actually had to do it. Actually had to do it, man. Like, so it's kind of crazy. Like, I'm a silly dude naturally. You know what I'm saying? Like, I really can't help it. But the fact that that's what you have to do, like, if you want to get far in the career, I always knew about the females. You know what I'm saying? Since I was a young guy, when they say, "Oh, the females had the F to get to the top," I always knew of those rumors. But that the men had to, suck penises and get hit all in the tasty cakes to get far. I really never knew that until like now. If you think about it, like these years, last 5 years, there's been so much. Because when people was talking about this shit earlier in the like 2000s, stuff like that, people would get like, look at Dave Chappelle. Look what he had to do. That motherfucker had to go all the way to Zamunda. He had to go all the way to Zamunda. When he started speaking his truth, he had to go all the way to Zamunda. Because they was trying to take him out like a blind date out this motherfucker. You like, who am I going with? What the fuck? They trying to take him out like a blind date. You don't even know where it's coming from. Who am I going with? It was just crazy. And now a lot of the stuff that people was saying when they would get like, you know what I mean? Even when Martin Lawrence was running down the street and motherfuckers was like, oh, he just on crack, screaming and hollering and shit. That was because of the Hollywood shit. You know what I mean? I don't ever want to get caught into that shit. I want to stay Hollywood. Fuck all that. I want to be Hollywood. And I'm cool with that. You know what I mean? Hollywood is cool with me. Because Hollywood, that's just too much. Like, I'm telling you, when I was younger, y'all probably could have got me. Now, you wouldn't have made me eat no penis, but you definitely would have probably made me go get a cheesecake. That's for sure. I would have Diddy would have been able to make me go walk and get a cheesecake, but he wouldn't have been able to make me eat his penis, for sure. But I'd have definitely went and walked and got a cheesecake out this motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? But we are surviving P. Diddy, man, and we're surviving Hollywood, and Gary Owens just confirmed what we already knew, what we've been talking about for the longest. And I salute to Katt Williams, because if Katt did not come out, you wouldn't have all these motherfuckers coming out saying shit. You know what I mean? And I didn't hear what Trick Daddy said yet. I heard Trick Daddy's supposed to came for Katt Williams. And shout out to Trick Daddy. Like, I love you, Trick Daddy, from back in the day. You know what I mean? Even though right now you look like a corpse, a walking corpse and shit. Trick Daddy look like something that just be laying in the casket and shit. He don't even look real. Is that the real Trick Daddy? He's like, no, I'm only playing. But no, I ain't even listening to what Trick Daddy said yet, but I gotta do check it out though. Cause there's the new Trick Daddy like he made out of wax. I'm sorry, I'm just keeping it real. But look, Jazzy. What really happened to Martin Lawrence? We still don't know. CC! We know that he was surviving the industry, CC. We still don't know yet, CC. BB and CC Winans, we don't know yet. But we're going to find out, man, as we see that there's more people coming out in the industry, exposing everything. And it's just crazy, man. It really is. And now I hear her up there talking like, so you just sat there and ignored me. Now you got all this mouth. Boy, I'm telling you, black women, man, especially New York girls, they be sounding like they got attitudes, like whole attitude voice and shit. You know what I mean? I'm telling you, New York women, boy. And they don't even got to be being smart. Like, they just sound like, you know what I'm saying? But I got to know and learn. You know, I'm from Brooklyn, son. It's like, no, I'm only playing. But yes, Gary, man, we praying with you, dude. Straight up. You done made it through.
This podcast, because Katt made a comment where he said, why you think Gary Owen, who's a white guy, has been doing stand-up for 25 years, hasn't crossed over? And when he said it, I was like, wait a minute, was that a good thing or bad thing? And I literally had to go to Twitter and start asking people, was I catching strays or what was that? And they was like, no, they were saying you haven't sold your soul. That's why you haven't crossed over. You've been consistently you, and that's why you haven't quote unquote crossed over. So I was like, oh, okay, that made sense. Now, I'm not gonna get into it, but I've been I was in an awkward situation one time where I can't say for 100% this person was trying to make me do something, casting couch type deal, but it felt like it. And I was like, is this that point where I've always heard, would you suck a dick for $1 million? And I was thinking to myself when I was in this office going, in this room going, well, this is I'm about to answer this question.
You up there loud as hell.
I wouldn't.
But wouldn't even talk when I came up the steps.
No, listen, I can't say for 100% that's where it was going, but it felt like it. It felt like it. You got to be in the room to feel it. And I was like, oh, this dude is really coming on to me. Like, this is happening in real life. And the dude did it, and it always remain nameless. I think he was feeling me out. Like, is this dude? And this is years ago. I was young in the game, but I was just like, wait a minute, is this happening right now? I was like, oh my god. And then I was like, I made it very clear I like women. I'm not going that route. Blah blah blah. So I'm not gonna get into it, but I was wondering. I was like, ooh, is this happening to me right now in real life?
That's just sad that so many people been going through it. Like, yo, I can literally hear you throughout the whole show, but you couldn't talk when I just came up there to talk with you.
Oh, I thought you had. I did that on purpose.
Why would you do that though?
Purpose.
On purpose. That's
because you was coming up here and fuck with me on purpose. So I heard you. I was on my way out the bathroom when I heard you talking, and I locked the door and I cut the light off because the light was on. I was like, oh shit, cut the light off too.
So that's the New York girl attitude. New York woman. I want to say girl because I don't like little girls. I like women. But anyway, guys, Gary, we are praying what you do. You are a survivor. Look, Jamil Zesty. No, I'm not. But I like when you say that though because it's funny. I love comedy, man. You know. But like I said, Gary, we are praying what you do. You know what I'm saying? Everybody continue to like and subscribe. I'm gonna bring y'all nothing but survival. You know what I mean? Say hi to your lady. No. But like I said, guys, I will be back with more and another great episode of Surviving P. Diddy. Surviving P. Diddy.